Todd, I want to congratulate you for your Silver Circle Award on all of your journalism over your 25 years. I don't know if it ranks with, 5 of these, or a World Series, or a World Series MVP, or being in the Hall of Fame, but it sounds good.
This is a dream come true. My dad always said, enjoy the ride, and I can't wait to do it with you.
Well, there are broadcasters, and then there are storytellers. Over the last 25 years, Todd has become the ultimate storyteller. Todd came in from Rochester, New York, made his way to the University of Arizona.
I don't know how you could improve on Todd in terms of the type of person that he is and the work ethic and the ability to communicate that he has.
What's it like to be Dan Marley? Seriously.
You can truly call him a friend, and for a kid that was ultimately very shy, not knowing anybody in Phoenix and not really knowing how to deal with the media, he made it very easy.
Your direct family out of town. These people here to me are your extended family.
He does an incredible job of telling each guy's story and really caring about what each guy's story is. And because of that, I think the players feel confident and comfortable around him.
On the personal side, there's the music that brings us together as well, and we have the same interests in music.
This might be one of my best pieces.
You like this one the best?
It's signed by Jimi Hendrix. That's pretty cool.
Somebody that has the unique knack of getting to the heart and soul of this story, and he does it better than anybody I've been around.
Todd, I'd just like to say congratulations on the Silver Circle Award.
You've put a lot of time and effort into your craft, and you're one of the best.
I'm just very, very proud of him. I love him like a son.
You always put everyone else first, and it's such an honor for you to get an opportunity to get some recognition.
It's something that you have earned and deserve.
You gotta be kidding. The idea of wearing patent leather shoes was really cool at the prom. Not tonight, not after doing my Dick Van Dyke sprint across the stage here earlier. I'm not sure how I can top that, and I would really like to go home right now, but I am going to tell a story, so hang in there. First of all, though, I do want to acknowledge Jen Don and Josh Kellman. You are pillars of the broadcast community, and I know what you both did for me here tonight, and I thank you, and I just want you both to know, and everybody here in the community, that I get this. This is an extraordinary night with extraordinarily talented people, and I want to congratulate you all this night, and you are very important for whatever we do. You two changed the perception of my career forever, up until I came up here on stage earlier. But I couldn't come here without something from Todd's Garage. It is a very real place, Brian Hogan. It is not just a Twitter account. I had to bring this. I had to figure out how this all started, and this is it. This is the primordial ooze of my sports life. This is the 1972 NFL Record and Fact book. That's how it all started. This turned into football cards, baseball cards, a bat, a ball, and a glove, then watching games on TV, then emulating those games in the backyard, the front yard, the driveway, and the garage, and then because my parents never said no, I got to play games in uniform, and then I got to hang out around Major League Baseball players and hockey players and waited hours and hours for autographs. Now I wait hours and hours for interviews, Shane Doan. So I've been doing what I've been doing my entire life, and like Mark Reed said a year ago right here, in sports you get to play with toys, and that's what I do, but for me it amounts to acts of human kindness, and I want to share those because I feel like the world is void of them right now. And much like Jude LaCava's story from a year ago right here on this stage, my story starts with a broken down car. In August of '83, I was on a table with a needle spiked in my arm. I was desperate, I was flat broke, I was a transfer student at the U of A with a black '77 Volkswagen Scirocco that broke down not once, not twice, but 3 times crossing the country, 3 nights in Terre Haute, Indiana that I'll never get back. The cavalry wasn't coming, I did not have a silver spoon in my mouth, but that needle wasn't pumping anything into my arm. It was draining the good stuff out. Because at 19 years of age, I was resigned to selling my plasma. I hoped to get to 170 pounds so I could sell 2 bags in a week. I've already made the joke, so go ahead and laugh. But simply put, I'm not here if not for the good people and their acts of human kindness along the way. So bear with me, the open bar awaits. And as my friend Jude said a year ago, I got to get this right. First, there was assistant coach Scott Thompson, who out of the goodness of his heart, I know this, he hired me to Lute Olson's first ever basketball staff that amounted to a full scholarship and this Pac-10 championship ring. I was around Brian Jeffries, who was starting his run then as the voice of the Arizona Wildcats. He didn't have to give me an internship. He didn't have to put me on the air interviewing players my senior season, and he didn't have to hire me at KNST when I graduated, but he did. Bob Christopher put me at KTR in Phoenix when the NFL came to town, but I wasn't on the air. But Greg Schulte changed that on my first day. My first day, he said, you have to co-host the 620 Sports Line tonight. Wayne Gretzky was traded this morning. I heard you're a hockey guy. Jude LaCava came around a year later and changed how I saw this craft and how I see my life by his utter selflessness. We were a team covering teams, and it didn't matter how we scored the touchdown. But I imploded, and I was a toxic hire around here. But Ben Gordon laughed at that. He gave me his biggest account, the equally toxic account. I was the Suns' pay-per-view voice. That was me. Paul Peterson didn't have to risk his career and his reputation by insisting that Katie Kaby hire me as his partner on the rock and roll ride home, but he did. That put me in the arms of the NHL, the Arizona Coyotes these last 20 years. I met Tom Curvers there. His advice early on when I was about to implode again, make yourself invaluable, and that's from his dad, Jim, I know it is. And I turned that advice into a request to Mark Halsey, who said yes, and he put me on TV. That put me in striking distance of Kathy Whedon and Mike Conley and their new network, Fox Sports Arizona. And after cutting what I've been told was my rock mullet, FSN hired me. They then asked me to front their biggest product, the Arizona Diamondbacks, in 2001. Those are all just good-natured people doing nothing but opening doors. And hopefully, you have found your own garage and have taken time to acknowledge that. Pay it forward and pay it back. And in rapid conclusion, because I know there's an open bar, this plaque that Jen holds represents something else to me. It is very personal. It represents nights, weekends, and holidays at home, away from home, scores and scores of days and weeks on the road all over North America, 12 months a year, 15 years straight and longer. It is a remarkable job. I love it. I have unforgettable experiences, but I have paid a price, in part because I am not what anybody bargained for in terms of a relationship. It's hard on everyone. The word no is something I waited too long to incorporate in my life. So I have to acknowledge before I leave here the magnificence of those who stood and stand beside me. To Sean, who chased the dream of a life here with me. To Janet, who saved my life here. And Stacy, who gave me her life. And Shelby, your life will be remarkable because of the woman that is sitting next to you, your mother. I see it. I'm a better person because of all of you, and I thank you, but I'm a work in progress. Brian Hogan and Craig Ritchie, my bosses, know that better than most. I have to thank you for understanding the need for a quality of life in our jobs, even in these troubled economic times. And to Jody Jackson, wherever you are, I'm eternally grateful to you for diving in so expertly and carrying part of the load with your own family in tow, and I cannot imagine working alongside anyone else. And to everyone at my network, past and present, you humble me by allowing me to stand in front of your product, engaging in the passionate collaboration that is what we do. And I would stack up what we do against anyone, anywhere, any network in all the land. This is our touchdown, and I thank you for your unwavering commitment to excellence. So to Graham Taylor, Brian Henry, Al Porteous, Josh Kellman, Rusty Francisco, Tom Elzer, Brett Hansen, thank you. You inspire me with every frame of television. Somebody wrote once that a good story lasts forever, not like this speech. I remember them all, and I can't wait for the rest. Time does not permit me to acknowledge the extraordinary play-by-play people I've worked with and the analysts, but there is one. And Dave Strader, I know you're watching, and I want everyone to know how much I love you. And this world is a better place, Dave, with you in it. Keep fighting. Keep fighting to stay in it. My friend John Vetter, who lost his fight a couple of years ago, loved this more than I did. He used to revel in just being nominated for Emmys. I think of him tonight and his nephew Ed. I'm going to call this one of those miracles that you and I always talk about. They do happen outside of Lake Placid. I leave you now with a lyric from my favorite poet, the lead singer, Gord Downie of the Tragically Hip, who wrote, "In the desert, there's only one thing to do. Enjoy the desert, or the desert will surely enjoy you." And I've done that from the best seat in the house. Thank you for listening to me all these years. Thank you very much.